Hello everyone, welcome back to Cities Skylines 2, here deep in Chadtopia 3. So, money's off, so we can build as we like. We got standard, oh goodness me, unlocked. We're probably going to get some intersections, because I feel like I need to rebuild this area here, to kind of create a proper intersection. It's not great here because of, obviously you can see here, you know, big large roundabout, massive huge traffic jam coming onto the highway, and I'd rather avoid that if I possibly can. So I'm thinking that there's going to be some substantial rebuilding required there. Also, I am kind of moving towards getting a wastewater treatment plant, maybe out here. What I think I might do is just create a sort of straight one there, and then we'll curve it around to there, and then just have it go a bit straight there. So that's where the wastewater plant will go, and hopefully we can reduce, you know, poop central. Now you can see here demand is quite high for additional housing, so let's have a look here. So you can see predominantly they want most of it to be just basic plain old housing. So I think what we're going to do is create some additional roads here. Now obviously these are just standard 2-lane roads, just increasing the length of them here like this, and then once we've done that, let's get a wall up to this length. The thing is, I mean, obviously grid isn't particularly pretty, but it's sort of like the most efficient way of doing it. So there's still a lot of demand for commercial, so I'm thinking what we should do is do a nice long line down here again and put more commercial in there. Like that, and then have these areas here as low density housing. Like that. We might even be able to sneak in some high density stuff there as well. Medium density, sort of medium demand maybe. Let's put some in there and some in there, like that. So you can see we're kind of getting a little bit of a organic feel to it, I suppose you could say. Whoops. Let's get it out to here. And then, whoops. And then the other one, we can out to there. There we go. So we've got Briarwood Bluff covering that area. Now we've got a nice hospital nearby, St. Thompson's, which is also good, and we've got parking as well. So let's put the parking fee up. Quite a significant number of parked vehicles are also good. And you can see some of these nice sort of, one thing we can do, this is quite nice, first person camera. So we can walk along the road here looking over at the hospital, at these 2 up 2 downs sort of things, you know, people enjoying themselves. Oh, nice car. And we've got parking on the roads obviously, which we're fine with, but you know, they got to pay for some of that. Looks like a Mustang, very Mustang like, complete with the livery obviously. And then obviously there's St. Thompson's Hospital. We can walk up the hills here. This here is horrible. I think I need to... Oh, goodness. Fly out into the city. No. I need to do something about that over by the hospital. Predominantly this area here. Yeah, this area here is not good. So what we're going to do is we're going to... Can we smooth... See, I don't get it. How does that get in there? It's like... Oh, God. What's going on? See, I think it's that car park that's the problem. So, what we're going to do is we're just going to smooth out the terrain here. Now, that looks a lot better. So if we flatten out all of this, let's increase the brush size a bit. And just generally improve this area. It might help things. We'll see. That's the only drawback, because we do have a bit of a hill there. But what we could consider doing is turning this into sort of a park area, maybe. We'll have to wait and see how that turns out. Now, whoops, didn't want to do that. What I think we should consider doing is running this road here with a nice curve into there. Now, that's the only drawback, is that's the primary road, which is not ideal. And it is a two, and it shouldn't really be going, because of road hierarchy, it should really be a 3-lane, which is what that is there. Now, obviously, one of the things you can do with the tools that are available to you with the mods is you can do a thing here. So we've got advanced split phasing, open, and then you've got a road direction tool. So what you can do is you can actually choose specific lanes for it to go on, see? So you can say, okay, I want this lane to be going that way and ahead, or this lane to be going that way and right. So you have a choice of choosing who's going to go where. Now, one thing I do want to do, though, is I want to get rid of all of the parked cars down here. And the best way I've found is to put trees down the either side of the road. As long as we provide plenty of parking for it, it should be fine. Now you can see here we've got traffic jams gumming up the area, and that's because we don't have really any kind of serious junction here. So that's something that we're going to need to work towards. So intersections, when we get 4, we'll look at rebuilding this area into a suitable intersection that can then sort of carry the traffic through the centre, and we can then build off of these various areas. We may have to relocate a few things, So, yeah. Just things to bear in mind. And obviously, here's our Green Peaks trash location. Now, if I remember rightly, we got the recycling centre nearby, along with the additional hazardous waste, along with a recycling centre storage area. So we should be doing okay there. And we're going to say that wants to take everything from all areas. So, waiting for a ambulance. So, okay. Now we do have somewhere to dispose of our corpses. So we've got a combination of a crematorium and a cemetery nearby. And we've got some nice sort of high density housing down the road from the likes of the school. Now let's have a look to see. See, it's really annoying that I have to keep doing this selecting operating district. There we go. And then we have to do the same for this one. Because we want everyone to be educated. Now, obviously, this is the sort of the education campus. Now, I'm not sure with Madison Way. Now, it is kind of American, I suppose, isn't it, really? Bright Lane hands, yeah, Bright Lane. So what we call this area. So could it be for James Madison? Madison Grove, maybe? Or maybe Madison Campus. And so here in Madison Campus, we want recycling, roadside parking fees and speed bumps because we want to keep the levels of traffic low if we possibly can. Now, we want to essentially build a university. So we've got plenty of space here to build a university, which is good. But the thing is, the hill, this thing here. We don't really want to kind of build it on the hill. We'll probably end up having to do some work here. Some softening of the terrain. You see, we kind of, we want to really sort of avoid that if we possibly can. But, you know, we may have no option than to go in that direction. I mean, we're obviously talking about a major redesign in this area. I mean, this is our junction here. We just trim that bit off there. What's he doing there? Don't know, but he's... What are they waiting for?
Thank you, Professor.
Are they looking to go in that direction? Well, they should be, yes. Okay, so now we've sort of unjammed that bit. The traffic can move better, but we've still got this big old bitch of a traffic jam in the centre. It's just... Advanced split phasing. So, yeah, you can see there, advanced split phasing. There's not really much we can do about that. At the moment, anyway. Until such times as we increase our skills and get the next level. So, it's just one of those things. So, let's have a look at our need. Our need is for mostly low-level residential. So, what I think we need to do is start sort of working in this area here. Now, we could look at getting rid of this and extending this road, because the thing is, if we get rid of that and then build the 2-lane down here, just make sure it's nice and symmetrical, and then we can take the additional lanes down the center like that, just to break it up. And then let's put in like that, more living area. Now he's complaining that there's high rent, so what we're going to do is we're going to bin him, and we're going to put in a medium density housing there. Oh, they're after offices. Okay. So where do we want to put an office district is the question. See, it might be worth putting it down here, but the thing is, we're kind of then building ourselves into a problem with respect to expansion. Because we've got this area here, which is our main sort of traffic area into the city, and that's where we've built a majority of the industrial estate, which obviously, as it's built off a road, is not ideal. So we need to consider our options with respect to that. Now, they've also... do they have the internet? Yes, they do. So, where would we like the internet to be? It might be worth sort of putting the internet around the back here. Put it in a curved road. And then place the internet there. So at least they've got access, and it's behind this hospital. So let's increase the bandwidth. And obviously add in wireless networks. So that should increase the coverage, which is what we're after. So I'd say coverage is actually not too bad. Now, it may be the case that we have to put some more coverage here. Now, I would be inclined to put a nice, almost like a service road down the side here. And just curve it around like that. And then we'll put our aerial at the other end. So that at least then you've got good wireless coverage there as well. So the only thing is obviously we need to build in wireless coverage later on down there, which is kind of the direction that we want to go. So let's see. Offices. See, I would like to build more industrial, but I'm wondering whether or not it should be a case of there should be offices near the industrial area. But then, would you want that as an office goer, you know? Whoops. Oh, that's just horrible. That's just brutal, that is. Let's try that again, but this time do it from there. There we go, that's better. So maybe it's not ideal. It's because it's on the main arterial road, which is this one here, which should really, look at this, massive traffic jam. It's going to make people mad. See, I'm wondering whether or not it should be a case of put a large roundabout in there to speed up the flow. I think we should consider moving this way a bit, and let's see if we can let us just dezone that bit there. Like that. And we'll also want to dezone this area as well. So when we get rid of you guys, you don't come back. And then we'll put in a very large roundabout. There we go. So hopefully the flow of traffic will get better. Which it certainly has. Kind of amazing, really. And so the flow of traffic is significantly improved. And we're going to wait for intersections to see if we can make some kind of dent with respect to the entrance into the city, because the entrance into the city is not great, you know, just too much going on there. See, I'm thinking that maybe if we remove that, oh, for God's sake, stop doing that, gonna sneeze. There we go. Sorry about that. Impromptu phlegm ejection. And then there's going to be another one. Oh, much better. Right, so we want a 3-lane road out of the centre here. Kind of to there, maybe? Okay, so that will give us something there. I don't know why we've got the old people just U-turning. That's horrible. It's just, yeah, it's horrific. But hopefully the flow will improve. You can see here the flow down here is getting a little bit gnarly. Lots of parking going on. And lots of demand. So let's have a look at, see, the offices. So we've got a few bits and bobs that need demolishing. Now, this is the thing, you see, because we're kind of hemmed in by this highway here, we're kind of limited to our options. Oh, hello. So, low limits, heavy traffic, advanced pollution management. Good. Now, how many points do we have? Do we have enough for... Yes, we do, for intersections. And... water treatment plants. Good. So... let's go and have a look at Poop Central. So, we should, in theory, now... be able to put in... our water treatment plant here. Excellent. And with an advanced filtering system, we'll put around the back. And the only drawback is obviously the smell. So if we look here, the direction of the wind's blowing out to sea, so kind of it will blow the smell that way, which is really what we're after. Like that. So we'll give it some stuff to work with there. So hopefully that'll reduce the output there. That's a lot of poop. But we'll have to wait and see how that turns out. So our office area. What's going on here? Waiting for us. Okay. Our office area. See, I'm wondering if it should be maybe around the hospital.
Pending updates to our power grid, the city will be experiencing
Yeah, I think that might actually be a good idea.
The public to remain calm during these breaks in service and to follow the guidelines on the city's website on how to plan for these temporary events. This has been a local public service announcement.
Okay, good for you.
Has adopted a recycling policy. All citizens are encouraged to place their recyclables in the proper receptacles. Let's keep our city green and beautiful.
Firehouse, okay. So what we're going to do,
Local public service announcement.
and move you across, whoops, across the street. Like that. Okay, so, let's get rid of this. Why is that still coming in? Okay. Like that. There we go. And then, if we finish this road, sort of the thought of this road round the back here, and then, what we can do is, I wonder, can we... do we really want to build onto what is a main highway? See, that's the thing. It may be a case of what we do is we build a way down here to act down the side. Like that. And then we can make this the office area. So it's not on a main road, really. We're kind of cheating slightly. But what I think we should also do is at least give us some kind of some service roads through the center. There we go. So at least it looks a little bit sort of nicer in the office area. You see? So some nice offices here. And we can always obviously increase the density for them later. So at least we've got like an office area now being built. We need more. I really like that design. I really like that. That's nice. It's probably one of the best looking, I would say, in the whole city right now. We need to consider more of the... Let's take off that curve. And what we're going to do is we're going to continue this 2-lane road here. Further down. And this is a 3-laner. So we are moving towards the hill here. So we kind of want something else in here. But it's just, do I want to do that design? Yeah, I might do. We'll see. Let's have a look. So that's not too bad. And what we can also then do is just put a nice little alleyway right between the middle of it. And that gives it sort of a little bit of a better look in that regard. Like this, so give them at least more places to live. And we can do the same again for here. See, that would be better. It's more of a angle, but let's keep it. Let's put it there. So at least then it's kind of, it doesn't look symmetrical, but it looks better. And I think one of our next focuses needs to be a suitable transport system. So the likes of taxis, buses, bus routes, to kind of facilitate our new residents moving in, to basically make their life just that little bit easier. So that's the kind of direction I think we're going to go. We'll see how it goes. We'll see you next time for more City Skylines 2. Take care, everyone. Have a lovely day.